Hello, Spokane. Thank you guys for joining us today. We have a really fun guest, somebody who we both know very well, correct?
Yeah. We have Justin here today with Built To Move, and we're excited to chat with you today.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Super excited for all the fun questions.
Yeah. All right. So before we get started, we're going to break the ice. We're going to loosen things up a little bit. I have a few questions for you.
Let's hear them.
All right. First one. What is currently on your playlist?
Oh man, that's always a good question. At my office, I always play random playlists. It can range from 80s, 70s, whatever is on today's radio. Sometimes I'll mix in country, try to bring in the nice summer weather. But yeah, I mean, I can play some punk rock, but that's always a soft spot for me. Growing up, listening to all that. Yep.
Yeah.
What about your favorite place to eat? Let's say you and your wife are going out on a Friday or Saturday night, pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
Where are you going if you have the choice?
I would have to say, Wooden City has been one of our favorites since they've opened up. We get takeout there. Probably too much, but support local during these times.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wooden City is probably one of our favorites.
Awesome.
Love that one too.
Fun. All right. Last question. What is your guilty pleasure?
I would have to say Nickelback. It's a running joke between all of our friends. I'll always play some Nickelback songs, try and embarrass the wife a little bit. But I think everyone loves Nickelback.
Yeah.
They all sing them. The pride of Canada right there.
That's funny.
All right. So.
Well, we'd love to learn a little bit more about you, Justin. So maybe just in a quick 2-minute blurb, tell us about you.
Cool. So yeah, my name's Justin Liu. I'm a doctor of chiropractic. I started Built To Move Chiropractic and Sports Rehab back in 2018. Graduated from Whitworth University. Let me see, what was that, 2014? And then went straight into grad school with my wife. We went straight to Palmer College of Chiropractic in San Jose and went straight through. Didn't take a gap year and, moved back to Spokane in September of 2018, I think. And, started the practice right away. My wife ended up working at another office in Spokane. And then, this right when COVID started is when she joined.
Awesome.
So.
I was going to ask that. So your wife, Jelena, she's also a doctor of chiropractic.
Yep.
So you guys work together.
Yeah, we work together. Survived school together, and I told her if we survived 8 hours in a classroom together, we could totally get past everything.
How many years of school did you guys go full?
So full, including Whitworth, we went 4 years at Whitworth, and then it was another 4 years at Palmer to get our doctorate. So straight through. A lot of school. Yeah, and we're actually getting our certified chiropractic sports physician certification right now. So it's another year of online schooling. So just chipping away there.
Super educated.
Yeah, trying to be.
Did you meet Jelena in school?
Yeah, we met at Whitworth. So she played volleyball. I played baseball. We kind of met, I think it was like our junior year. Hopefully she doesn't get mad when she hears this, but yeah, it was our junior year. And then we just, what the conversation sparked because we talked about what we were going to do after Whitworth. And, we brought up chiropractic and I was shocked when I was like, oh, yeah, I thought about chiropractic too. And so that made me really want to pursue it. So yeah, that was, we got engaged end of our senior year.
Cool.
That's awesome. I got to ask, cause I'm a huge baseball guy. What position were you?
I played third.
Third?
Yeah, third and first. And then I did DH a little bit too, which is everyone's favorite.
I was hoping you'd say catcher. You're built like a catcher.
I know. I got football player a lot, just a little thicker Asian there.
Fun. All right, let's talk Built To Move.
Yeah.
What is Built To Move?
So Built To Move is kind of what Jelena and I envisioned, what we thought chiropractic should be. We wanted to kind of bridge the gap between the health and fitness industries. Working out has been a huge part of our lives, staying fit, and helping out the mental aspect of just being an adult now.
Yeah.
And, we were thinking like after our time at Whitworth, we don't have an athletic training room anymore. And looking at what the chiropractors are doing in town, they're all really great in their own ways. But once I got into school, I realized like, oh my gosh, there's so much more you can do outside of, the popping and cracking. So we really wanted to explore that route and practice and treat people the way we see fit.
Sure.
So, encompassing all those different aspects of our treatments.
Yeah. So Chris and I both go to Built to Move, and I've been to a handful of other chiropractors, and the biggest difference is when I went to those other chiropractors, like you said, they're fine. I would get adjusted. I'd be there maybe 5 minutes, 10 max. And then I came to see you because I wanted something more. I wanted more than just getting popped. I wanted to become more mobile. I wanted to just feel better. I was getting stiff and sore in certain areas.
You turned 40.
Yeah, I basically got old. But I wanted to have more time with someone. So when I came to you and we spent an entire hour together doing all these different things, I just loved that. I felt, not to sound too much like a sissy, but I felt I felt a little bit more cared for.
Yeah.
And you would ask a lot of good questions of like, how do you feel here? Where are you hurting? And you always, just gave full effort and attention to me. And I don't think you can do that in 5 or 10 minutes.
No, it's really hard to do. And I mean, part of that, like the concept that we loved was just spending time with the patients. The more time we got with you guys is the more we get to learn about you. Like, what do you like to do for fun? And what do you do for workouts? And how can we help that aspect of it? And so, it's just spending time. And then a lot of patients become friends, And so that's probably one of our favorite parts is the relationships we build.
For sure. Yeah. I think I would say the same thing as Aaron. Like, I had seen a lot of people for some problems that I was having. And the problem is that I'd never felt listened to. Like, here's what's going on, and it was like, I was in the door, out the door. I was a number during the day. And then the first time that I saw you, I was like, I finally feel listened to. And I was so excited about that. And I think that really is what sets you apart from others in your industry.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that about you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with Jelena and I being both athletes, it's kind of the same thing. You follow, like in school there, you're learning all these different diagnostic abilities, and you get kind of categorized with, I'm presenting with this. Oh, so then you make the assumption that they probably have X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And so rather than just like assuming, we want to get the full story. Like, okay, what have other people told you, and how do you actually feel? How do you feel when you've been told that?
Cool.
That's awesome. So there isn't anything else that I'm aware of like Built to Move in Spokane. Did you model this business off another company or something that you saw somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, when my back was pushed against the wall, and when we were starting to think about starting this practice, because we didn't know what we were going to do. The jobs in Spokane were pretty thin. I took to Instagram, looked at some of the successful practices in like the bigger cities like San Diego, LA, a lot of the West Coast practices down there. And I kind of took bits and pieces of what I liked and saw from them. And then I had this idea of encompassing fitness and health, and that led us to our expansion that we're coming out with here in a little bit.
Let's talk about that. Can you?
Let's do it.
So what's great is that you're not just a chiropractor. You, like you said, there's a lot of sports, rehabilitation stuff in what you do. So, and I'm excited to hear what you guys are doing expansion wise.
So we are part of a group that we just purchased a building off on the Providence campus off of 5th and Bernard. So we've been spending the last few months trying to get all that prepped. But we're encompassing that total model of like that one-stop shop facility where we want to bring in massage therapy. We want to bring in some personal training. We're actually even adding a sports psychologist which is super beneficial. Looking outside of the box with that, getting into the mental aspect and addressing mental health of why we're doing what we do. And then we're also putting in a little gym rehab area, doing some performance training, physical rehab, adding a broader scope to that. And then one of the coolest things, we're going to put a little recovery lounge. That's one of our favorite things of this new facility. So it'll feel like a college athletic training room feel.
So cool.
Yeah,
Kinda
super excited.
Is it like a spa?
I wouldn't go as far as like a spa, but very sports based for it's not just catered for athletes, but for those who have an active, healthy lifestyle.
So would the term for what you're doing, and I might be wrong, would it be wellness center, or what would it be called with having all these different aspects coming together?
Yeah, that's a good question. You could call it, I think, a broad scope, a wellness center.
Sure.
I would probably call it a sports rehab clinic.
Yep.
Something along those lines. Yeah, I haven't even given a thought to even.
I may need to talk to your sports psychologist. I often wonder when I go to CrossFit every morning, why is it at 41 years old I try and beat these 20-year-old kids that are way better shape than me? What is in my brain that causes me to want to do that?
Right? It's like, that's that inner athlete in you. And it's like, also, it's like, why at 5 a.m. am I putting 400 pounds on my back? Why am I doing this right now? Do I still need to do this? So I
That's
asked
a good
myself,
question. Like, do people still need to do this as they get older? Do they still need to come in and, work on their bodies? Once you're out of college or high school, it's not like, okay, well, my athlete days are over.
Yeah.
Like, why is it so important to keep moving?
Yeah, I kind of, I use that, the story of like, it's like student loans. It's great while you're going through school. You're not paying anything back. You're getting money in. And then you graduate. Then, oh, crap, I got a large bill I got to chip away at. The body, I kind of view it the same way, where when you're younger, for me, it was about 25. After 25, it started going downhill from there. Waking up with a stiff back, you're like, what the heck's going on? I can finally rent a car, and my back's starting to get a little tight. So it's kind of like chipping away at your body as soon as you start noticing things. I tell people, pain's really the only tool we have to assess how our body's feeling. Usually, by the time something hurts, it's too late. Things have already set in.
Yep.
The same thought process of, I'm not thinking about my student loans right now. I'm in school.
Yeah.
Until, oh crap.
Yep.
Here's the bill.
Yeah. So what would you say, we have a high schooler, we have a freshman. Do they start preventative care now and doing, sports rehab? Not that they're rehabbing anything, but just getting their bodies where they need to be as they grow older.
Yeah. I mean, I think, once you get into the high school and you start getting into really competitive sports, I think it's super important. I started when I was 12, 13. Not that everyone needs to start out that young, but looking at how often you're going to be doing your sports activities, starting to lift weights, working on proper form, and moving well first before you get that pressure of, I have to lift X to be able to play this position. But starting young to get everything kind of checked out, seeing how you move naturally, and then seeing and catering the needs to what you want to accomplish in your specific sports. I think it's super important.
In my opinion, I think preventative care actually probably saves people money. I think people look at maybe your service and think it's just an added cost to their budget, and it might be. But looking at myself, I come see you, and I pay a fee to go to the gym and work out every day, and because of those two things, I never go to the doctor. I never go to the doctor ever. I don't even have a doctor that I could tell you his name. So I imagine most people have spent quite a bit of money with a doctor, and I haven't. And I think part of it's because I do take care of my body by working out and doing preventive care, let's say with you. So that's just something I'd throw out there is
for sure.
It's not really a cost. It's an investment that I think will pay you back.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. It's, I always tell people the best investment you have is your body. If your body gives on you, you're not going to be you lose freedom of what you can do. So putting putting investments towards your body is huge. We preach preventative care over reactive care.
Yeah.
And that's, the way the healthcare systems worked is you go see your primary, they'll give you, muscle relaxers or anything like that. And sometimes you do need muscle relaxers to help us get in and address the treatments that we think fit. But, trying to get past that opioid use and doing things naturally. And it starts with preventative care, get things checked out, see how you're moving, what your goals are, all those come to play.
Yep. Yep.
I'd like to pivot a little bit from talking about the health side of things because, since I've gotten to know you, I kind of view you a little bit as like an entrepreneur, a visionary. I'd say a lot of people in the medical industry don't have that. Like, you're a pretty well-rounded guy. When you first came on the scene, I wasn't seeing you, but I was aware of you because you were all over social media. You were going out in the community. You were visiting gyms, visiting different places, getting your name out there. I was like, man, this dude knows how to market. And now you have this vision of growing your business to what we just spoke about earlier. Would you say you describe yourself as like a true entrepreneur, visionary type person?
Yeah, I think mentality-wise, I would say yeah. It starts with whatever niche that you found yourself in, right? I used my, my education background as a doctor, and then wanting to know I didn't really want to work for anyone else after previous experiences like interning, shadowing, anything like that. It's like, having that freedom of doing things the way you see fit. And then, once you commit to doing something, I think that's, you start thinking about your whys.
Yep.
Why do you want to do what you want to do? What drives you? And so, everything if you're willing to work hard and put effort into it, it'll pay off in the long run. I had no idea how to market. They didn't teach us any of that in school or business. Some of the business classes we learned in school were jokes taught by chiropractors. And, not to take anything from them, they were given what they were had and did the best teaching to 70 people. But, once you're driven, you'll find ways to do your research yourself.
Yep. Well, and I think if you're passionate about something, it becomes easier almost, your business was easier because you really enjoyed and were passionate about your why.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what is the overall vision for Built to Move? Like, where do you see yourself a year from now, 5 years from now in the community of Spokane?
Yeah, I mean, we like to be like the place to go for any type of preventative care. We'd love to be able to work with other healthcare facilities, whether it's PT, other massage therapists, other chiros, especially being so close to the hospitals. If we can form partnerships with everyone, I like to think of collaboration over competition. If we can all work together with the primary goal of making Spokane one of the healthier places in the nation. That's kind of the overall vision. Yeah. And then from BTM's perspective, I mean, having different locations, I've been getting a lot of heat from the people in Liberty Lake and even Coeur d'Alene driving out to Spokane to come see me. So we'll probably expand on some different locations here, probably 5 years. Let us settle into this new space. My wife's probably going to kill me for throwing up more innovations and ideas, but that's something we've talked about for like a long-term goal.
Yeah.
We need you on the north side too,
I know, and that's the third location too. Yeah.
That's awesome.
What you?
So as we sort of start wrapping this up, there's one more question I always like to ask people. And so with all your success that you've had and, the skills that you've gained, what is your superpower? Like, what is your greatest strength, do you think, that has given you this achievement?
I don't know if there's a certain strength, but I think, having a why is a solid foundation. And I guess that leads to work ethic. If you have something to work for, I think, nothing can really stop you if you value it that much.
For sure.
I think work ethic can definitely be a superpower.
Oh, for sure.
You have that inner drive and
It's think being an athlete is one thing too. Like, you're an athlete, you're a born competitor, like winning, doing what it takes to get something done. I think that's a huge strength that you have too. And it's just that mentality of, I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it well.
Yeah. Having a strong mental, like, fortitude is huge, especially when you start almost feeling overwhelmed. It's like, okay, did I get in over my head?
Yeah.
You always get into those thoughts, but going back to your reasons why, and it helps you.
Cool. So as we wrap things up, I always love to do this, but where can the listeners find you on social media, your website? Where are you located in Spokane?
Yeah. So, we're on Facebook, Instagram. You can just Google or, Built to Move Chiropractic and Sports Rehab. I think our Instagram handle is Built to Move Chiro. My wife took over our social media, and you can kind of tell when she did. It looks way more clean and just well done. That's where I kind of struggle. What she does in 5 minutes, I do in 2 hours.
That sounds kind of familiar.
Yep.
I just don't. I don't have that. Yeah, it's like that's work ethic right there. How do I make this look good? And then you can find Jelena and myself at my handles Dr. J Liu _ BTM. And then Jelena's is Jelena Liu.
Cool. Awesome. And then where's your office?
So the new office, currently we're at the CrossFit Duratus building and the Jefferson building. That's where Jelena's office is at. And then the new building will be at 501 South Bernard Street, right across from the Spokane Eye Clinic on the near the Providence campus.
Awesome.
Great central location. So is there anything that our listeners can do to support you in any way?
Shoot us a follow on social media. We're pretty interactive with our followers. If you shoot us DMs or anything like that, a lot of people like to post after our treatments because we do cupping and taping and all that stuff. And
sometimes you cup a little too high on the neck and people think I've gotten a hickey.
Yeah, I try.
Maybe you did.
Right. Oh, I don't know what. We started getting into that and it's like, all right, I try to make them into clear circles there.
Yeah. And I think that's the best thing people can do is support you. Like, post a picture, tag you.
Yeah,
I think that's a huge way to help get your name out.
Yeah.
So.
Or go see Justin.
Or go see him. We
yeah.
do.
Oh, for
it's so
sure.
fun.
And it's like Instagram's like the new yellow pages. I always describe it like that. It's crazy how much social media is blown up.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we are going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for being on Hello Spokane. We can't wait for people to come see you in your new office. We will be there.
Awesome. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys.